We welcome you to Blues Game Day Live here at the Team Hotel. There's no skate today. Back-to-back games against the Winnipeg Jets alongside Kelly Chase. I'm Darren Robert Pang, and Chaser, why wouldn't I be? We've got a great game last night, big fella. Awesome to see a guy like Brayden Schenn, no surprise, a good Saskatchewan guy, step up like that right off the hop, and he did. He said that in the warm-up. He was leaning over to me, and he was standing there for a long time. In fact, long enough time that Tyson Barrie of the Colorado Avalanche looked over at him and said, "Are you going to warm up?" So that's how much that was on his mind before he had that fight. You know all about that, and you know all about what it takes to change the momentum of a game, a situation, just the team's fortunes. How proud were you of that, and how much did Blues fans love what happened right off the hop there?
Well, you can say whatever you want about that role and about the fact that the fight, we don't, the people that have not done it, I don't buy into it. But as a player on the bench, when you see one of your teammates take that upon themselves, the emotion rises, but also your level of accountability has to rise. And I think there was guys that were more accountable last night because here's their top scorer feeling like it's upon him to go out and set a tone for this team. And for me, that was a difference in the hockey game. And listen, it started from the start. Not only did it elevate the play of Brayden Schenn, but it elevated the play of the entire team because of the accountability. So for me, it was a game changer. It doesn't always work like that. But last night, I give him a lot of credit for a guy that recognized the situation and said, you know what, I'm tired of this and I'm going to do something about it. And I hope that it bleeds out into the other players on the team.
And on that note, too, Patrick Berglund taking that face-off. At the face-off, Brayden Schenn said to him, "You take the face-off, I'm going to go to the right." And Patrick Berglund said, "What's the set play?"
There's no set play.
There is no set play. I thought that was pretty good.
That's more of a set play in Saskatchewan than it is in Sweden.
So that's how spontaneous that move was, although he put a lot of thought into that. And by the way, afterwards, he talked a lot about Gabriel Landeskog, and that he's a credible guy. He's an honorable guy. He stood up there, and in fact, afterwards, I guess they were having a conversation whether he was in the box or not, and Gabriel said, like, nobody does that anymore. I haven't had a chance to have one of those in a little while. So that should have sparked Colorado as well for what his captain, their captain did as well. Moving along a little bit there, did you like Patrick Berglund on the right side with that line?
I think that they got some good recoveries from Patrick Berglund. They got the puck in deep. They were able to play catch and make the small area games work for them. I think now it's got to be drive it to the net more. Patrick had a couple chances. He was disappointed, didn't go in. So now capitalize. Make it work. Make it count, and then things get turned around. Then on another note, of course, you lose a player last night. Joel Edmondson, slap shot to the forearm, compound fracture surgery last night. He'll be out 6 weeks. That's a blow.
Have you ever broken a bone like that, compound fracture?
Yes, I have.
So they had the surgery right immediately following the game then?
They do, and usually you're going to need a pin or a screw or two to put everything back together. So in the compound fracture, usually it's a lot of times sticking out through the skin too. So you could tell he was in a lot of pain. If he doesn't show up back in a hockey game, that there's the results aren't good. He's as tough as they get. So, for the Blues, that's a big hole. That's a guy that was solid. He played within himself, but yet give them that little bit of bite, which is actually what they're missing in the lineup overall. And they lose another guy like that.
And on the penalty kill as well. I know, just being a goaltender, I would have loved to have played behind a whole bunch of Joel Edmondsons. I mean, just the ideal type of leader in front of a goaltender. He'll do whatever it takes. And even on that penalty kill, that was still a key point of the hockey game where Colorado has a good power play and they're moving it around. He has 2 shot blocks there, one on the stick and then one obviously terrible off the hand. But they are going to miss him. And I'll segue from that to how impressed I was once again with Vince Dunn. And his composure on the blue line, and now the minutes are going to go up. Joel, I was looking at Jay Bouwmeester. It was something like the 270th time that he's played 27 or more minutes in a hockey game, and he quietly went about his business and just played a fantastic game. So he's going to get more minutes, which I think he wants more minutes. I don't. He's not a guy.
Better in that. He's better in that.
When that engine's going a little bit,
playing injured. And still better in that forum where he's playing more minutes. And I think Bo just is one of the quiet unsung heroes on the team. Now move forward to tonight. You got the Winnipeg Jets. Oof. Now this is a team that their record at home is scary. They're a physical team, but there's nothing better than being a good homer. They're trying to get in that top spot so they can utilize the crowd, the boards, the way they bounce, and their familiarity with the arena and being at home as an advantage. And you've got some great numbers on that.
Wow,
One.
they've won 16 of their last 18 at home, and they've scored 4 or more goals in 15 of 20 of those wins at home.
Right.
And then, so that's one part of it. Okay, so we get it. They can score a lot of goals,
Right.
And they can fly.
Right.
And they're fun to watch. Their power play at home is almost 30%. They've gone 26 on 88. 26 power play goals at home on just 88 opportunities.
Well,
they zip that thing around, so stay out of the box.
Well, I think the continuity that they have on that team is
Right.
one of the things that shows the way they move the puck around, the way that they know where somebody's going to be and hit it into an area rather than to a stick. I think all of those things are why they're accountable in the power play and make it work so well. And so for me, you know, when I look at this Winnipeg, now the Blues can be a disciplined team, and when they play like that, it makes a huge difference.
Yep.
But when I look at, you know, the matchups of the team, the thing that strikes me the most is the Winnipeg Jets bully the Blues. And they are physical. They get in their face. The Blues do a good job of trying to get to the inside on them. That's why the games have been competitive. But for whatever reason, Winnipeg has their number, and I think it has a lot to do with the physical presence they bring from their 6, 7, 8 to 12 forwards, and on the back end by about 3 guys that are extremely physical.
So in closing our game day live, the against the Central, believe it or not, the Jets are only 8-5-2 and 3-4-1 in their last 8 against the Central. So hopefully the Blues will be able to pick up what happened last night at Scottrade Center. It was an exciting game. Everybody loves goals, don't they?
Everybody loves
Except
goals,
for me,
and
against me.
And they love fights, except for Carter Hutton.
You got, that's right. That's right. And so obviously we'll be talking to Mike Yeo a little later on back-to-back nights. I'm just going to venture to say that we'll see Jake Allen in goal tonight, but that is not official whatsoever. Mike Yeo hasn't spoken to the media. So for Kelly Chase, I'm Darren Pang. This is from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It's darn cold here, but we love it. Have a great day, everybody.